What if I told you that in the next few minutes, you're about to dive into a story so wild, so full of deception and romance, that it'll leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about love, trust, and the masks we wear. Picture this: a guy, just a regular dude, falls head over heels for a woman who seems perfect. Charming, witty, beautiful, the whole package. But here's the kicker. She's not who she says she is. She's hiding something huge, something that could shatter everything he believes about her. And yet, even when the truth starts creeping out, he still falls for her. Crazy, right? Why would someone do that? How could someone love a lie? That's the mystery we're unraveling today, and I promise you by the end of this video, you'll get the answers you came here for. You're not just watching a story, you're stepping into a roller coaster of emotions, secrets, and jaw-dropping twists that'll make you feel like you're right there with them. So grab your snacks, get comfy, and let's figure out together why he fell for her anyway. You're not gonna want to click away, because this drama is about to hook you in ways you didn't see coming. Let's set the scene. Imagine a bustling city, maybe somewhere like Chicago or Seattle, where the streets hum with life, and everyone's got a story. Our guy, let's call him Jake for now, is just trying to make his way in the world. He's in his late 20s, works a steady job, maybe in tech or marketing. Nothing too flashy but enough to keep him grounded. He's the kind of person you'd pass on the street and think, he seems nice, probably has his life together. But deep down, Jake's lonely. He's been burned before. Maybe a bad breakup, maybe a string of dates that went nowhere, and he's starting to wonder if real love even exists. You ever felt that way? Like you're out there searching for something real, but everyone's playing games? That's where Jake's at, and it's why what happens next hits him so hard. One day, out of nowhere, he meets her. Let's call her Emma. Not her real name, but we'll get to that. Emma's magnetic. She's got this smile that lights up a room, a laugh that makes you feel like you're the only person in the world, and a way of talking that makes you want to spill your deepest secrets. Jake's smitten from the jump, and who could blame him? She's the kind of person who makes you believe in love again, the kind of person you'd text your best friend about at 2 a.m. saying, I think I found the one. But here's the thing you're gonna want to stick around for. Emma's hiding something. Something big. And when Jake starts to notice the cracks in her story, it's not just his heart on the line. It's his whole sense of reality. Have you ever trusted someone so much that finding out they lied felt like the ground disappearing beneath you? That's what Jake's about to go through, and you're coming along for the ride. Now let me pull you in a little closer, because this isn't just about Jake and Emma. It's about you too. Think about the last time you met someone who seemed too good to be true. Maybe it was a crush, a friend, or even someone you just met online. You felt that spark, that connection, and you let yourself believe in it. But what if they weren't who they said they were? What if the person you were falling for was hiding a secret that could change everything? That's the hook of this story, and it's why you're gonna want to keep watching. This isn't just some random drama. It's a love story wrapped in a mystery, with a side of betrayal that'll make your jaw drop. I'm not here to waste your time with fluff or boring details. Every second of this video is building toward answers that'll make you say, no way, that actually happened? We're diving into the psychology of why people lie, why we fall for them anyway, and what it means to love someone who might not even exist. You're not just a viewer. You're my partner in solving this puzzle. So let's talk to you directly. Have you ever been lied to by someone you cared about? Maybe it was a small lie, maybe it was huge, but it stung, didn't it? That's the feeling we're exploring today, and I'm betting you're already wondering how Jake's gonna handle it when Emma's truth comes out. Stick with me, because we're gonna peel back the layers together, and I promise, the payoff is worth it. Let's talk about Emma for a second. Not the Emma she shows Jake, but the Emma we're gonna get to know as this story unfolds. She's not a villain, not some cartoonish bad guy twirling a mustache. She's complicated, just like you and me. She's got her reasons for pretending, and they're not what you might expect. Maybe she's running from something, a past she can't face, a mistake she can't undo. Or maybe she's just trying to survive in a world that hasn't been kind to her. Whatever it is, she's built this perfect persona, this version of herself that's everything Jake wants. And it works. Jake's all in, planning dates, dreaming about a future, telling his friends about this amazing woman he's met. You've been there, right? That moment when you're so caught up in someone that you don't see the red flags? That's Jake, and it's why this story feels so real. But here's where it gets juicy. Emma's not just lying about her favorite movie or her job. Her entire identity is a house of cards, and one wrong move could bring it all crashing down. The question isn't just whether Jake will find out, it's what he'll do when he does. Will he walk away? Will he fight for her? Or will he fall even harder, knowing she's not who he thought? That's the mystery that's going to keep you hooked, because it's not just about love, it's about trust, identity, and the stories we tell ourselves to get through the day. You're probably already thinking, okay, but what's her deal? Why's she lying? Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave you hanging forever. Keep watching, and we'll uncover it together. Now, let's zoom out a bit and talk about why this story matters. We're living in a world where everyone's pretending to some degree, aren't we? Scroll through Instagram, TikTok, or even YouTube, and you'll see people curating their lives, showing you the highlight reel while hiding the messy stuff. Maybe you've done it too. Posted a photo that makes your life look perfect when you're secretly struggling. That's what makes Jake and Emma's story so relatable. It's not just about one big lie, it's about the little lies we all tell, the masks we wear to fit in or to protect ourselves. But what happens when those masks start to crack? What happens when the person you love, the person you thought you knew, turns out to be someone else entirely? That's the question at the heart of this video, and it's why you're gonna feel so invested in Jake's journey. He's not just some character. He's you, me, your best friend, anyone who's ever taken a chance on love and gotten burned. And Emma? She's not just a mystery. She's a mirror, reflecting the parts of us that we don't always show the world. By the time this video's done, you're gonna have answers, not just about what happens to them, but about why we fall for the people we do, even when they're hiding something. So don't click away, because we're just getting started, and the next part's gonna blow your mind. Let's talk about the stakes, because this isn't just a cute love story gone wrong, it's a full-on emotional thriller. Jake's not just risking a broken heart. He's risking everything he believes about himself. He's built his life on being the guy who's got it together. The guy who makes smart choices. But Emma's pulling him into a world where nothing's certain, where every word she says could be a clue or a lie. And you, watching this, you're gonna feel that tension, because we've all been in situations where we had to decide. Do I trust this person, or do I walk away? Maybe it wasn't as dramatic as Jake's story, but you've felt that gut punch of doubt, haven't you? That moment when you realize someone might not be who they seem? That's what we're diving into, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This story's gonna take you to some dark places before we get to the light. But that's what makes it so good. You're not here for a boring, predictable romance. You're here for the drama, the betrayal, the secrets that make your heart race. And I'm promising you right now, you're gonna get it. Every twist, every reveal, every moment that makes you lean forward and say, what happens next? Is coming your way if you stick with me. So let's make a deal. You keep watching, and I'll keep delivering the answers you're dying to know. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, this sounds intense, but what's the catch? How does this all go down? I'm not gonna spoil it yet, but let's just say Jake's about to stumble onto something that changes everything. Picture him sitting across from Emma at a cozy little coffee shop, the kind with fairy lights and overpriced lattes. They're laughing, sharing stories, and he's falling harder by the second. But then, something happens. A phone call she doesn't answer, a name she accidentally let slip, a moment where her smile falters just long enough for him to notice. It's small, but it's enough to plant a seed of doubt. And once that seed's planted, it grows fast. Jake starts digging, because that's what we do when we care about someone, right? We want to know the truth, even if it hurts. But what he finds isn't just a lie, it's a web of secrets so deep, so tangled, that it might destroy everything he thought he knew about love. You're probably wondering, what's she hiding? Is it a double life? A secret past? Something worse? I'm not gonna tell you yet, but I will say this. The truth is bigger than Jake, bigger than Emma, and it's gonna make you question everything. You're not just watching a video, you're solving a mystery with me, and I need you here until we crack it. So, here we are at the edge of something huge. Jake's falling for Emma, Emma's hiding the truth, and you're right in the middle of it, wondering how it's all gonna play out. Will Jake confront her? Will Emma come clean? Or will this whole thing explode in a way neither of them saw coming? I know you're curious. I can feel it through the screen. You didn't click on this video for nothing. You're here because you love a good story, because you want to know why someone would pretend to be someone else, and why someone else would fall for them anyway. And I'm not gonna let you down. This video's got it all. Romance, drama, mystery, betrayal, and a love story that'll make you believe in second chances, even when the odds are stacked against it. So, don't touch that back button. Don't scroll away. You and we're in this together, and I'm promising you answers that'll make this worth your time. But before we go any further, let me leave you with this. Jake's about to find a piece of evidence that turns his world upside down. A single clue that proves Emma's not who she says she is. What is it? And what's he gonna do about it? You're gonna have to keep watching to find out. Alright, you're still here, and I'm so glad you stuck around because things are about to get even wilder. Jake's just found something. A clue that's got his heart racing and his mind spinning. Something that makes him question everything he thought he knew about Emma. Imagine him sitting in his small, cluttered apartment, the kind of place with mismatched furniture and a coffee table covered in takeout containers, staring at his phone like it's a ticking time bomb. What he's holding isn't just a random text or a weird photo. It's a piece of evidence that screams Emma's not who she claims to be. Maybe it's a screenshot from a friend, a name that doesn't add up, or a detail in her story that's just too perfect to be true. Whatever it is, it's enough to make Jake's stomach twist, because he's fallen hard for this woman, and now he's wondering if he's been played. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's rewind a bit and dig into who Jake and Emma are, how they got here, and why this mystery is about to pull you in even deeper. You're not just watching a love story gone wrong. You're diving into a drama packed with secrets, betrayal, and a romance that's teetering on the edge of collapse. So, settle in, because we're about to peel back the layers of this tangled web, and I promise, every detail is going to make you want to know more. Let's start with Jake, our guy who's just trying to figure out life in a city that never slows down. He's 28, works as a graphic designer for a mid-sized marketing firm, and spends his days tweaking logos and dreaming of something bigger. Jake's not rich, not famous, just a regular dude with a decent playlist and a habit of overthinking everything. He grew up in a small town, the kind where everyone knows your business, and moved to the city to chase a dream of making it on his own. But the city's tough, it's loud, it's lonely, and it's full of people who seem to have it all figured out. Jake's last relationship ended 2 years ago when his ex, Sarah, decided she wanted to find herself, and left him with nothing but a half-empty apartment and a broken heart. Since then, he's been cautious, maybe too cautious, swiping through dating apps but never really connecting. You know that feeling, right? When you want to believe in love, but every date feels like a performance, and you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's Jake's world when he meets Emma, and it's why she hits him like a lightning bolt. She's different, or so he thinks. Their first meeting wasn't some grand movie-style moment. It was at a crowded bar during a trivia night with mutual friends. Emma walked in late, her hair slightly messy from the rain, and when she answered a random question about 80s music with a grin, Jake was done for. She wasn't just beautiful. She was alive in a way that made everyone else fade into the background. But now, with this clue in his hand, Jake's starting to wonder if that spark was real or just part of her act. And you're probably wondering the same thing, aren't you? What's Emma's deal, and why is she hiding who she really is? Now let's talk about Emma, or at least, the Emma Jake thinks he knows. She told him she's 26, a freelance writer who moves around a lot for work, which explains why she's always a little vague about her past. She's got this effortless charm, the kind that makes baristas remember her order and strangers spill their life stories. To Jake, she's a dream, funny, smart, and just mysterious enough to keep him intrigued. They've been dating for 3 months now, and it's been a whirlwind of late-night talks, spontaneous road trips, and moments that make Jake feel like he's finally found his person. But there's always been something just out of reach about her, something that keeps him guessing. Like how she never talks about her family, or how her phone's always on silent, or how she changes the subject when he asks about her childhood.
At first, Jake chalked it up to her being private, maybe even a little shy. But now, with this piece of evidence staring him in the face, those little quirks are starting to look like red flags. What's she running from? Is she married? On the run? Or is it something even deeper? Something that could unravel not just their relationship, but Jake's whole sense of trust? You're feeling that itch to know more, aren't you? That's exactly how Jake feels right now, and it's why this story is about to take a turn into a whole new level of drama. But before we get to what Jake does next, let's introduce a new player in this mystery, someone who's about to make things a lot more complicated. Enter Mia, Jake's best friend since college, who's been watching this romance unfold with a mix of excitement and suspicion. Mia's the kind of person who says what everyone else is thinking but too polite to voice. She's 29, works as a nurse, and has a no-nonsense vibe that balances Jake's tendency to get lost in his feelings. She's been there through his breakup with Sarah, through the late-night rants about how he'll never find love, and now she's the one raising an eyebrow every time Emma's name comes up. Mia's not jealous. She's just protective, and something about Emma's two perfect stories doesn't sit right with her. Maybe it's the way Emma always seems to know exactly what to say, or how she's never around when Mia tries to hang out with them as a group. Mia's the one who sent Jake the clue that's got him spiraling now, a text with a screenshot of a social media profile that doesn't match the Emma he knows. It's not much, just a photo and a name that's eerily similar but not quite right, but it's enough to make Jake question everything. Mia's not trying to ruin his happiness. She's just looking out for him, because she's seen him crash and burn before. But here's where it gets juicy. Mia's got her own secrets, too. She's been digging into Emma's past, not just for Jake's sake, but because she's got a gut feeling something's off. And what she's starting to uncover isn't just about Emma. It's about a whole network of lies that might tie back to someone else entirely. Have you ever had a friend who saw through someone before you did? That's Mia, and her role in this story is about to shake things up in ways you won't see coming. Let's add another layer to this mystery, because it's not just about Jake, Emma, and Mia anymore. There's a subplot brewing, one that's going to make you lean in and wonder how it all connects. Picture this. Jake's been getting weird messages lately, not from Emma but from an anonymous number. They're cryptic, nothing too obvious, just things like, "Be careful who you trust," or "She's not what she seems." At first, he thought it was spam or maybe a prank, but now, with this clue in his hand, he's starting to wonder if someone's trying to warn him. Is it Mia, playing detective behind his back? Or is it someone else entirely, someone who knows Emma's real story and wants to make sure Jake finds out? This anonymous texter is a wild card, and they're adding a whole new level of suspense to this drama. Jake's not sure what to do with these messages. Should he confront Emma? Ignore them? Or start digging deeper himself? You're probably feeling the same way he is right now, torn between wanting answers and being afraid of what they might be. That's what makes this story so addictive. It's not just about one lie, it's about a whole puzzle of secrets, and every piece we uncover makes the picture more complicated. Now, let's zoom out and give you a bit more context about why this story feels so real, so human. Jake and Emma's relationship isn't just a random romance, it's a reflection of the world we're living in. Think about it. We're all connected online, sharing bits and pieces of our lives, but how much do we really know about the people we meet? Dating apps, social media, even the way we present ourselves in real life. It's all a kind of performance, isn't it? Emma's taken that to the extreme, building a whole identity that's not hers. But Jake's not blameless either. He's so desperate for connection that he's ignored the signs, the little moments that didn't add up. And you, watching this, you've probably been there too, maybe not with a full-on double life, but with someone who wasn't quite what they seemed. That's why this story hits so hard. It's not just about love. It's about trust, vulnerability, and the risk we take when we let someone in. Jake's starting to realize that, but he's not ready to give up on Emma yet. Even with this clue burning a hole in his pocket, he's holding on to the hope that there's an explanation, that the woman he's falling for isn't a complete lie. And that's the tension that's going to keep you glued to this video, because you want to know, just like Jake does, whether love can survive a betrayal this big. Let's push the stakes even higher, because this isn't just about Jake's heart anymore. It's about his whole world. He's not just risking a breakup, he's risking the kind of emotional fallout that could change how he sees himself. Jake's always been the guy who plays it safe, who follows the rules, who believes that if you're honest and kind, things will work out. But Emma's deception is making him question all of that. What if he's been naive? What if he's been so busy chasing a fairy tale that he's missed the truth right in front of him? And then there's Mia, who's not just a sidekick in this story. She's got her own reasons for digging into Emma's past, reasons she hasn't told Jake yet. Maybe she's got her own history with betrayal, or maybe she's hiding something that could tie her to Emma in ways Jake doesn't suspect. The anonymous messages add another layer of intrigue, making Jake wonder if there's a bigger game at play. Is Emma just a liar, or is she caught up in something dangerous? And what about the people around them? The friends who introduced them, the co-workers who see Jake every day, the strangers who seem to know more than they're letting on. This story's not just a love triangle or a simple case of deception. It's a full-on mystery with threads that keep pulling you deeper, and you're not going to want to miss a single second of it. So, where do we go from here? Jake's holding this clue, his mind racing with questions, and he's got a choice to make. Does he confront Emma, risk blowing up the best thing that's happened to him in years? Does he go to Mia, demand to know what else she's found? Or does he start investigating on his own, diving into a rabbit hole that might lead to answers he's not ready for? You're probably screaming at the screen right now, telling him to do something, anything to get to the truth. And that's exactly why you're still here, because you need to know what happens next, just like I do. This drama's only getting started, and the secrets we're about to uncover are going to make your jaw drop. Emma's not just hiding her identity, she's hiding a past that could change everything, and Jake's about to stumble into a truth that's bigger than both of them. What's the clue he's holding? Who's sending those anonymous messages? And what's Mia not telling him? You're not going to believe what's coming, so don't you dare click away. We're in this together, and the next part's going to leave you speechless. Okay, you're still with me, and I'm so stoked because this story's about to take a turn that'll have you gripping your phone or leaning closer to your screen, wondering how we got here.
Jake sitting in his apartment, the glow of his phone lighting up his face, staring at this clue that's turned his world upside down. It's not just a random piece of evidence anymore. It's a photo, sent by Mia, of a woman who looks exactly like Emma, but with a different name, a different life, posted on a social media account that Jake's never seen before. The caption mentions a city Emma's never talked about, a job that doesn't match the freelance writer story she's been spinning, and a smile that's just a little too familiar. His heart's pounding, because this isn't just a mix-up or a coincidence. It's proof that Emma's been living a lie, and he's been falling for someone who might not even exist. But here's where things get crazier. Just as Jake's about to call Mia to demand answers, his phone buzzes with another anonymous message, and this one's a game changer. It says, "She's not the only one hiding something. Look closer at the people around you." What does that even mean? Is someone else in on this? Is Mia not telling him everything? Or is there another player in this drama? Someone pulling strings Jake hasn't even noticed yet? You're probably feeling that same rush of adrenaline Jake is, that mix of curiosity and dread that makes you need to know what happens next. This isn't just a love story anymore. It's a full-blown mystery with a plot twist that's about to shake everything up, and I promise, you're not going to see this one coming. Let's dive deeper into Jake's head, because right now, he's a mess of emotions, and you're going to feel every bit of it. He's pacing his apartment, the kind of place where the walls feel too close and the air's thick with doubt. He's spent the last 3 months building a life with Emma, planning weekends, sharing secrets, even talking about meeting each other's families someday. But now, this photo's staring him in the face, and it's like a punch to the gut. The woman in the picture isn't just a lookalike. She's got Emma's eyes, her laugh lines, the way she tilts her head when she's thinking. But the name, let's say it's Lily, and the details don't add up. Lily's a photographer in Portland, not a writer bouncing around for gigs. Lily's got a dog, a group of friends, a life that Emma's never mentioned. Jake's mind is racing, trying to piece it together. Is Emma really Lily? Did she steal someone's identity? Or is it something even weirder, like a twin she never told him about? You've been there, haven't you? That moment when you realize someone you trusted might be a stranger, and every memory you have with them feels like it's slipping away? Jake's not ready to confront Emma yet. He's too afraid of what she'll say, or worse, what she won't. But that anonymous message is gnawing at him, hinting that the deception goes deeper than just Emma. And here's where the stakes get higher. Jake's starting to wonder if he's not just a victim of her lies, but part of something bigger, something dangerous that he's stumbled into without knowing. Now, let's bring Mia back into the mix, because she's not just sitting on the sidelines anymore. Mia's been digging, and she's good at it. Maybe too good. As a nurse, she's used to piecing together clues, whether it's a patient's symptoms or a friend's bad decisions. But this isn't just about protecting Jake anymore. Mia's starting to feel like she's onto something huge. She's been following the trail from that social media profile, cross-referencing names, locations, anything she can find online. And what she's uncovering isn't just about Emma or Lily or whoever this woman is, it's about a pattern. Mia's found other profiles, other names, other lives that seem to connect to Emma in ways that don't make sense. It's like Emma's been reinventing herself over and over, leaving a trail of broken hearts or maybe something worse. But here's the twist that's gonna make your jaw drop. Mia's not just finding this stuff by chance. She's being fed information too, by someone who knows more than they're letting on. Late at night, Mia's getting emails from an untraceable account, dropping hints about Emma's past, pointing her toward old news articles, court records, even a missing persons report that might be connected. Who's sending these? Is it the same person texting Jake? Or is there a whole network of people watching Emma, waiting for her to slip up? Mia's starting to feel like she's in over her head, but she can't stop now. Not when Jake's heart is on the line, and not when her own curiosity's pulling her deeper into this mystery. You're probably wondering, just like I am, what Mia's gonna do with all this, and whether she's putting herself in danger by digging too deep. Here's where the plot twist hits, and it's a big one, so brace yourself. Jake decides he can't just sit on this clue. He needs answers, and he needs them now. So he does what any of us might do. He starts snooping. He waits until Emma's out of town for one of her writing gigs, and uses a spare key she gave him to check out her apartment. He feels guilty, like he's betraying her, but that photo and those messages are eating him alive. Her place is small, stylish, the kind of space that feels curated, like every candle and throw blanket was chosen to tell a story. But as he starts looking around, he finds something that stops him cold. A locked box hidden under her bed, the kind you'd use for important documents or cash. His hands are shaking as he debates whether to open it. He doesn't have the key, but he's tempted to break it open. And then, his phone buzzes again. Another anonymous message. You're closer than you think. Open the box. How does this person know where he is? Is someone watching him? The hairs on the back of his neck stand up, and for the first time, Jake feels like he's not just chasing a secret, he's being hunted. This isn't just about Emma's double life anymore. Someone else is pulling the strings, and Jake's caught in the middle of a game he doesn't understand. You're feeling that chill, right? That moment when you realize the drama's not just personal. It's dangerous. What's in that box? Who's watching Jake? And how does this all tie back to Emma's lies? You're not gonna want to click away, because this mystery's about to explode into something bigger than anyone expected. Let's zoom out for a second and talk about why this story's hitting you so hard. It's not just the romance or the betrayal. It's the way it makes you question the people in your own life. Think about it. We're all one click away from finding out something we didn't want to know. A quick search, a random message, a photo that doesn't add up, and suddenly your whole world shifts. Jake's living that nightmare right now, standing in Emma's apartment, wondering if he's about to uncover a truth that'll break him. And Mia's not far behind, chasing leads that might lead to answers or to trouble. The anonymous messages are the wild card, making you wonder who's out there, watching, waiting, maybe even manipulating the whole situation. Is it someone from Emma's past? A friend who knows too much? Or someone with their own agenda, using Jake and Mia to get to her? This story's not just a love triangle or a simple case of deception. It's a full-on emotional thriller, with secrets piling up and a plot twist that's turned everything upside down. You're probably thinking, okay, but what's in the box? And who's sending these messages? I'm not gonna spoil it yet, but I promise, every detail we're uncovering is building toward a climax that'll leave you speechless. You've felt that rush of wanting to know more, haven't you? That's why you're still here, and I'm right there with you, dying to see where this goes. Let's push the stakes even higher, because this isn't just about Jake's heart or Mia's detective work anymore. It's about survival. Jake's starting to realize that Emma's lies might not just be personal. They could be tied to something bigger, something that puts him in the crosshairs. The anonymous messages aren't just warnings, they're threats, subtle but real. And Mia's digging is stirring up trouble too. She's found a name in one of those emails, someone connected to Emma's past, someone who disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Was Emma involved? Is she running from that person, or are they the one pulling the strings now? Mia's not sure, but she's starting to get scared, not just for Jake, but for herself. She hasn't told him about the emails yet, partly because she doesn't want to freak him out, and partly because she's not sure she trusts her own instincts anymore. What if she's wrong about Emma? What if she's right, and this goes deeper than she can handle? You're feeling that tension, that need to know who's behind this and why, and that's exactly what's driving Jake and Mia forward, even as the danger grows. This story's got all the drama, romance, and mystery you came for, but now it's layered with a sense of urgency that makes every choice feel like life or death. So, here we are, teetering on the edge of the climax, with Jake holding a box he's too afraid to open, Mia chasing leads that might get her in too deep, and anonymous messages hinting at a truth that's bigger than either of them. You're right in the middle of this, wondering what Jake's gonna find, who's watching him, and whether Emma's lies are just the tip of the iceberg. This isn't just a love story gone wrong. It's a web of deception, betrayal, and secrets that's pulling everyone in, and you're not gonna want to miss what happens next. Jake's got a decision to make. Does he break open that box and face whatever's inside, or does he walk away and pretend he never saw it? Mia's got her own choice. Keep digging, or tell Jake everything and risk blowing up their friendship. And those messages, who's sending them, and what do they want? You're probably screaming at the screen, just like I am, wanting answers to this crazy plot twist. Don't you dare click away, because we're heading toward a showdown that's gonna change everything, and the next part's gonna leave you stunned.